I know in America people don't really think of Meghan as super black. One, because her name is Meghan. And two, because you can't pick her out of this lineup of white women.
Yeah, I don't know where she is.
I'm not lying.
It's unbelievable, isn't it? It's like, she's such a grifter, right? She'll cash the check on Deal or No Deal and wear the fancy dress, but as soon as she gets famous, she'll bash them as having objectified her. She will take the tiara that the Queen offers her and walk down the aisle in it with her designer gown and having all the royals there. But as soon as she can, she bashes the royal family as racist. She will tell a national audience that the royal family is so bad, they knew she was going to kill herself and couldn't be bothered to help her. But as soon as she's able, she gives her children royal titles of prince and princess, which, by the way, is not universal. Princess Anne, Prince Edward, they both rejected the birthright of their children. Their children, too, could automatically be princes and princesses. Now that the uncle is monarch, they said, no, we're not doing that to them. And given their relationship to Queen Elizabeth, they said no. So this is not done by every royal, especially not ones who do absolutely nothing to help the royal family and make it their professional business to bash them. This is the act of a couple that understands their only currency is those titles. That's all they have to pay the bills and make themselves interesting. And it's also the reason why their approval ratings are through the floor. They went down even lower in America and in the UK over the past couple of months. She's lower than he is. Meghan's as low as they come. She's lower than Harry. But I wrote it down, just in the past month, let's see, he's gone down 37 points in the UK. She's gone down 31 points. They haven't even been doing anything for the most part the past few weeks with these numbers going down. He's underwater 22 points in the UK. She's underwater 33. It's the same or worse here in the United States. And calling your kid prince and princess ain't going to help.
Apparently, he and the wife are cranky that the children have not been invited, a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old. You can only wonder why you don't want them in the Abbey, but that's part of it. And also on the weekend, we had a change. Prince Edward, the Earl of Wessex, was made the Duke of Edinburgh. That means his wife, Sophie, is the Duchess. And I read a report that the upside of her being the Duchess is that finally, she says, I don't have to curtsy to Meghan Markle. What can you tell us?
Well, Peter, do you think it's now time that maybe we just start feeling sorry for this cretinous, embarrassing couple who have stripped away their last remaining vestige of dignity over the past week? Because what we've seen is Harry and Meghan, who, by the way, have spent the past 2 years trying to tell us that the royal family a racist, backward organization that should have no place in modern society, and then announce to the world, but by the way, we're demanding that our little Lilibet and our little Archie become prince and princess because it is their birthright. I mean, it's actually gone from farcical to pathetic now. And they want these two at the coronation. And insiders told me why. They're so young. It's Archie's birthday. This is an attention-seeking couple. They are, I think, now just an embarrassment to themselves. They're a laughing stock in America. And what they have proven is that all of this rhetoric around the royal family and the institution being wrong for modern society is not something that they actually believe. They just want to be king and queen. And if they can't be, they'll try and bring it down. So I actually feel like that they're becoming almost a laughing stock, if I'm honest, because...
Well, I think they are. I like your term pathetic, Dan. I like your term pathetic.
Going on from that, despite them continuing to disparage the royal family and turn their noses up at tradition and even the notion of hereditary privilege itself, Meghan and Harry apparently always wanted their children to carry the titles of princess and prince. That has now happened. And on one hand, I get it, but on the other hand, God, it's a bit rich, isn't it?
I mean, it's very rich, and most people can't help but think that they did this for money. Of course, the couple will dispute that. Reports have come from the Sussexes that they actually just wanted their kids to have their birthright, as Harry put it. But again, it's Harry's birthright to be a prince, and he's done everything in his power to disparage the institution that has given him this birthright. So again, it's very odd. We obviously know that the Sussexes have made a lot of money off their titles. given the fact that they have a Netflix documentary and they had an interview with Oprah and now Harry's book Spare, they're very aware that this wouldn't have happened if they weren't members of the royal family and they didn't have these titles. And it's also quite disparaging and insulting because they're effectively prostituting their titles and the royal family to make more money. What is really odd is the fact that Harry and Meghan felt insulted when they found out that at the time their children wouldn't be eligible to be prince and princess, although they were forgetting the fact that Princess Royal Anne, her children, Zara Tindall and Peter Phillips, weren't entitled to use the title Prince and Princess because at the time only male members of the royal family could pass down their titles. But the way they made it come across in the Oprah interview shows, one, they just have no understanding of tradition or they have no respect for it. Now that the royal decree has changed and female members of the royal family are eligible to be in the line of succession, but also female members of the royal family are also eligible to pass down their titles, which is why Harry and Meghan's children are now a prince and princess.
Guys, I can't thank you enough for watching and for being here. It really means the world to me. I really appreciate it. I have lots more videos coming out, so check back lots if you want to further support the show. I do have merch available. Recollections may vary. Make it make sense. You know, all that stuff. Also, we have Patreon, patreon.com/Real Housewives Recaps, where you can become an executive producer and get a shout out in a video very soon. Thanks so much for watching. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.